which means this is real.
The television mode. Oh my God. Are you going to have
Aren't you?
the Indian Chief is going to come next?
You remember that? I do have that. Oh, all the classic stuff. It's classic late night television podcast, not a show, not a podcast. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My name is Jay Ryan. This is Late Night Playset. The pretty girl over here to my right is Nicole. We have a fantastic guest this evening by the name of Phil Morris. There he is right there. You know this guy. You know his voice. You know his face. We know his heart from up at Breakfast Club. We are car buddies. We're going to be talking about driving and cars and stuff today, as well as, Seinfeld and every single thing on IMDb. You're in every show, every video game, every animated anything ever, it seemed to be. When I was trying to do a little bit of research, I got dizzy, fell over, and here we are with a blank blue card. So we're going to talk all about whatever you guys want to talk about. Speaking of you guys, Babes and Classics bought a badge. Thank you, Babes and Classics. Hank on camera 4 is here. He's waving. Hello, hello. Producer M, you beat me to it. New app to verify. Hilarious. They're figuring their stuff out. Also up in Canada, we've got producer Mike Chisholm. What's happening, Mike?
Peace and love. I remembered to put the bomb on.
Who told you to put the bomb on, Mike?
Oh, you got your own bomb on already. Gee, this guy, he has
We're
all
good
the
to
fun.
go.
Yeah, all right. You're ahead of everybody on everything somehow. I don't know how it seems to be. This guy jumps the gun. He's got the scoop on shit. We'll talk about that on the show. He's also the host of the Letterman podcast, by the way, so he's a host in his own right. So I think, if anything, he's probably chomping at the bit, sitting over here every time I go on like I'm doing currently. He's like, well, there's usually a format to this, and we keep it moving. Anyway, that's what's going on tonight. The pretty girl, like I said, is over here. You can already hear her snorting. And Will on camera 3. Take it away, Will.
Kevin, you gonna buy a Beamer?
I'll make it my money. I'll make your money my money.
How's it going? Great. You too.
I miss it. Like, not bad. And I've only been a couple times that I miss it. Real quick. I'm just saying. I was just converted. I was looking at cars. Converted. New ones. Yeah. Converted. I got the Beamer.
Well, that a little bit of fluid. It's a little weak today.
It's very impressive for the guest that has never been here, though.
Oh, good. He doesn't know. That's fantastic.
See? Here, don't blow the joke for the guy who doesn't know the joke.
Turn it off. This is the best it's ever been. These are the bubble. It's the bubble extraordinaire.
We literally are in the bubble. I love it. Okay, here we go.
What's up? Welcome back, everybody. It is Tuesday, May 24th, and I'm going to have this trouble again. When we get a new desk, we're going to have to get a new microphone, everything. Anyway, it's May 24th, 2022. Jay Ryan, Nicole Ryan, Late Night Playset. Great guest tonight. Phil Morris is over there. He's going to be in here in just a few minutes. Until that happens, we're going to be yammering on about some stuff. I don't remember what, but it was. We've had a weekend in the middle, and you've been up, down, and you're back up again. How's it been? How you doing? Say hello to everybody.
Hi, my legs are horrible. Otherwise, I'm fine.
Pain, usability, both?
Both. They hurt really bad today in the joints, especially. But my feet are like what is said to be numb. It's like I can feel it. It's not numb. I grew up in a cold place.
Is it like pins and needles, or does that constitute numb?
That constitutes numb. It feels like blocks. It feels like when you see a kid that doesn't want to be picked up. It's like, I want to pick up my leg, and it's like, nope. And it
Just lays down in the department store.
Forces itself in the ground.
Well, that's, I mean.
From here up, I'm great. So if I can forget this other shit,
can you
I'm
come
good.
up with one of those calendars? Like, there's a calendar for everything. They'll say there's those tear-offs of like 365 different fucking weird shit that you just have to deal with that like no one else would have any clue because you look fine and you seem fine.
I read a couple MS lists like that of like what you don't see, what you don't know. And it's like we all have a bunch of stuff.
I post a lot of that shit on the, excuse me, a lot of that shit. I post a lot of those memes and stuff on the autoimmunity page. I don't know if anybody knows who's doing that. I think ultimately it'll be you, but it's me now. Do you relate with any of those things as a sufferer
Yeah.
from MS?
Yeah. And it's like, I want to be like, yes, but like to who? Like, who am I saying yes to? Like,
What do you mean?
like, it feels very one-sided, a lot of the things I see, because it's like, yes, and I can tell myself, but like no one knows what that means. So saying I have numb feet doesn't mean the same thing.
Right. As far as the memes go and the stuff that I post, though, on the autoimmunity page, do you relate to any of those things You do? Okay.
All of it.
You seem to have pretty much like one of the worst cases. You know what I mean? It's kind of a spectrum-y type of thing, and some people, oh yeah, but they still go running and jogging and riding their bike and same diet as always and whatever else. And some people like just constant decline. And I feel like maybe you started the other way, but then it shifted. Is that safe to say without getting dark?
I was diagnosed that way, but I think I've been shifting downward for a long time.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Because I was so high achieving.
Well, I think of you know, every once in a while lately, whether it's a clip or whatever reason, I'll end up having to see a few minutes of an old show. And I just see the energy you used to have, and forget being able to walk into the studio on your own. That's its own thing. But like just the animation, the wherewithal, the recall, all that stuff's still there in you. But like maybe the batteries are a little low or something. You know what I mean? It's like a little slower to get to some places sometimes. And sometimes I don't know if it's the wiring up here or just the muscles being able to keep up with your thoughts.
It's kind of both. There's a lot of editing that I do of like, I don't need to say what I used to say and blab as much as I used to blab.
It's that Eddie Murphy movie, 1,000 Words.
Yeah, so I have to consciously go through what was said. What I want to say is important. It's like that thing, like as irrelevant as it kind, like. So
run
I
it through
go
the filters.
through all that, and like by the time I'm done with that, usually there's nothing to say. Or someone's
Conversations three topics later.
It should be, but people tend to ramble like I do normally, but they just do to talk and hear themselves, and I don't like hear myself ever. I didn't before, but like certainly now. But like I have to go through all that, so I'm usually quiet. I choose to be quiet.
Which is, if you knew the old Nicole.
Not the same at all. It's very verbose.
Well, I feel like you were in a business where it was your job to control the narrative, and the only way to do that is make sure you're broadcasting at all time. Key the mic.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be what I would witness.
Talk louder than everyone with what you want to say. So I did.
Well, I watched you move heaven and earth many, many times for many different people being that way, but I don't think it's sustainable. I think eventually you cracked and your body was like, no more.
My body was done, and the business was like, no, we've moved on too.
Well,
Like,
that's an
all
interesting
different.
that's an interesting point. You're right. It's not even just the business. The whole civilization really has, the wokeness of it all has made things a lot more transparent, and certainly people are more aware of how the behind the scenes of the entertainment industry works versus before. Now, a lot of it is there's so much conspiracy theory involved in all of it that still, like, it's ridiculous. You go ask one person and they're like, well, they're eating babies. It's like, oh my God. Whatever. Can we just talk about the business of it all? Because it's just business, folks. That's all it is.
All
It's
business.
just business. And there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, my God. All right. I don't even know where we're going with this now. But I'm sorry you feel like shit. I'm sorry your legs don't work. I saw you doing stretching before. Your shape and your form looked good. Looked like your muscles were stronger. Is that safe to
I
say?
have to focus on what I can fix, and like I'm never gonna be the Adonis I was before getting swimming scholarships.
Did you say the Adonis you were before?
Yeah.
Wow. Lovely. I mean, wow.
I'm trying to be judicious with my words, and
God.
sometimes I only know big ones. But
Shazza Mike over here says Nicole is my hero.
thanks, dude.
Yeah. And I don't think he's alone. I think a lot of people feel that way. Honestly, we all need to do that, says Babes in Classic. Ren 11. Agreed, and it sucks, but it is important for people to understand the wide spectrum that exists. Yeah, see, look. Luckily, the people you surround yourself with understand all of this and seem to vibe at that frequency. There's a lot of people who probably think it's nuts. And they're
I'm
entitled.
one of them. So thanks to everyone for being patient for me, because I'm not.
Well, you're more patient than you used to be. You don't give yourself enough credit, is my opinion these days. I think you were so critical and so both critical and whatever. I don't want to go back down that whole. I was about to start listing different. I think that as awful as what you have to deal with is, this is hippy dippy. I'm going to say. There are elements of it that I'm grateful that you got it because you have changed ways about yourself that I think are adult. I mean, I think that you really have taken a shitty deck and have turned it into something that could be really good and beneficial for a lot of people, despite the fact that it is taking you out. So
If that's what I'm here to do, then great.
that's it. All of a sudden, like, you kind of are living for a purpose, and there's really nothing better in the world than that, because you can get fulfillment from that.
That's all I need. I've found.
It's good stuff.
Why do I have a microphone here? I'm just going to listen and
No.
start.
No.
My heart's tearing just a little bit.
Everybody is actually tuning in to
it's
see
beautiful.
you.
It's
We're
beautiful.
yammering on way too long.
No, this is awesome because you're awesome.
It's couples therapy with the Ryans. Yep. All right. So I posted a picture of some big old boxes. They're in the other room right now. Some people correctly predicted what's in those boxes. Our buddy Niall can recognize a seal and a symbol out of nowhere. So he saw the Herman Miller and he goes, well, what's Herman delivering?
I saw that.
And other people said, shell chairs? Yes, it is the new. It bees. It's
They
them.
are.
It's thems. It's all of the two new chairs, the new guest chairs, the actual Letterman chairs, which we've been using for a couple years here. Dave used for a couple years. We've used for a couple years. In the name of preservation, we're going to take them out of everyday rotation. I don't know. I take them out of everyday use in production. We'll have these very nice Herman Miller Eames mid-century chairs that we had custom made for us in Kathleen Anker's blue as a salute to the original Letterman production designer who's no longer with us. But she used to take so much time with this young kid on the phone when I would call her and hassle her about, well, how did you make the thing? And well, where did that come from? And oh my God, she spent so much time with me. And I love her. And we wouldn't have this Emmy-winning stuff here if it weren't for her. So the Letterman chairs will be saved. They're not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a road kit where, we're doing the show on the road soon. Just a few places around LA at first, and then as far as Connecticut. And we're trying to line up some spots on the way so we can actually do a tour. Anyway, with that will come the original Letterman set. It will be us, and so it'll be a Cars and Comedy show. But this stuff will come out. It's not just locked up here, so people get to see it that way.
Cool.
And that way we can leave whatever's in here, and then we have a road set that goes out with us.
Cool.
It makes sense. That's the plan, everybody. Huge thanks to Damon McCarthy, who's been helping me with that behind the scenes, and you'll all know more why and how, when, and then. Gee whiz.
Well said.
And a huge shout out to Darren Warner as well, who is helping me out with another element that you all would know about that we can't talk about tonight, but we will soon. So, Darren Warner, huge shout out. Cheers, done. Cars and Comedy. Wow, look, we did 2 in 1 there. We got 2.
Yay.
That was great. We'll do anything we were going to do over here. We'll do that on Thursday with Johnny Lieberman, by the way, as our guest on Thursday. In the meantime, I think we'll do... You like Johnny Lieberman?
I'm a car freak, so of course I love John Lieberman.
Oh!
I'm a Motor Trend dude. Yeah.
Well, have you talked to him up at Breakfast Club?
No.
Were you
'cause
there
I've
last
only
week?
been- No, I've been busy.
Oh, well, he was there all last week.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Well, maybe he'll be there Friday. Maybe.
I will be. One day he will be, and so will I. It's bound to be. It's bound to happen.
So Johnny Lieberman will be here tomorrow, and we're going to be talking all about Phil Morris and his love of cars. Whatever. Okay. So they say all which separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. Look at me doing this by heart. What types of toys, Mrs. Ryan?
Collector cars.
That's right. What else?
Businesses.
What's that?
Businesses.
Businesses.
I feel like
No, I
I'm
got it.
spinning. Homes and businesses
right.
and everything that needs to be insured.
That's right. Everything. That's right. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Somebody can talk better.
Nah, you're doing a great job. In this case, we usually talk about collector cars on this show because many of our viewers have large collections of cars. But anything that requires insurance, your home, your business, your jet ski, your heavy equipment, your lake house, your space station. People have all sorts of interesting things these days. Your collectible television historical memorabilia. Could be anything. Licensed in most states, St. Clair Insurance shops top providers so you get the best coverage for your toys. Check them out by going to www.coverageforyourtoys.com, coverageforyourtoys.com,
Comfortforyourtoys.com.
and tell Jeff St. Clair that Jay and Nicole say hello because
I can't.
Nicole has a hard time, yeah. Let's see. Also, our friends at Series 1 Films. This episode has been brought to you in part by Series 1 Films. Series 1 Films helps automotive brands create engaging cinematic content for social media and advertising to grab and hold your ideal customer's attention. Check them out at series1films.com. Series1films.com.
Series1films.com.
That's right. And the 1 is a number 1. I'll do the choreography. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. Gee whiz. Yeah, and I'm way down in the chat. Sorry, everybody, but I'm sure that the producers are running the chat there. Producer Ariel is running the chat on Instagram. I believe she is sitting over at the Jimmy Kimmel Show, probably, where she said earlier that RuPaul is on, talking a lot about cars this entire segment. Saying that RuPaul said, "Oh, I'm in Malibu every week and whatever." So Ariel is saying to RuPaul, "You're on the wrong show and you're going to the wrong show." So he's trying to get RuPaul up to GVBC, which would be awesome because I've been a big fan of.
That would
now wait,
be
do you call
awesome.
RuPaul? Is RuPaul a guy? What do you? Now how does this work? God damn it! Here's an old guy who's stumbling through modern times. How do you? Now I was going to say him. Because he's a transvestite. Transvestite, you would say him, right? RuPaul is a guy who.
I think he's a him.
Yeah. Please don't know that this is an old guy trying to figure it out in the right way. It's not some guy placing judgment on trans and stuff like that. Because I don't think this falls into trans. He's a transvestite, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. Not a transsexual. Transvestite.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
And
Still-
RuPaul
still
is a guy, or is RuPaul the character?
RuPaul's the character.
Damn it, that's where I was confused.
Yes. Just call them RuPaul.
Called them.
RuPaul.
Him and the character. Oh, I like it.
And they'll correct you if you're not accurate.
I love it. I love it.
Right?
I love it. That's probably, well, yeah, I guess, and people take it different ways, and that's depends on different people.
it's innocent. This is a new transition for everybody, and we all have to try our best to see it from a different perspective.
And I think, and maybe this is your point, that if you are trying to do just that, they will then see that that's your intent.
Yes. We have not crossed it quite clearly yet.
Those people. Listen to me. What am I doing? I did it again. We did all that work and I undid it right there. Oh, geez. Well, we love everybody. So I think that's pretty transparent on this show that we love everybody and we preach every different color and spectrum of the rainbow. So all good stuff. What were you going to say there, Mike? Go ahead.
Our producer Ariel has just let us know RuPaul is a he and goes by he.
There you go. So we ended up being right on that one, but we wouldn't always be.
Shot in the dark.
Well, that worked out. Okay, let's take a quick break. Oh, we're really on time. This is fantastic. We don't do this very often. We cut out all that other shit, so we just have rambling. Fantastic. Quick break from our good friends at Oh So Delicious Hot Sauce. The hot sauce, Mrs. Ryan.
Made by bears.
Oh, so delicious. It's a hot sauce made by bears. Garlic and serrano mixed with love and care. You can put it on your eggs, pour it on your rice. It's great on a leg, it's better on a slice. It's oh so delicious. It's a hot sauce made by bears. Oh, so delicious hot sauce. Great on everything except oatmeal.
Get your bottle today at ohsodelicious.org. $1 from every bottle sold goes to the National Military Family Association.
I'm Johnny Lieberman, and you're watching LNP. What does LNP stand for?
Late Night Playset.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been on there. Yeah, good show. You should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
There you go.
What are you driving today? 63 356B. Hey, 111. What are you driving today?
Here we go.
Oh, this is fun, David. Thumbs up. Sure.
This just proves that you don't have to go fast to have fun.
I don't have to go fast. Can you see my smile already?
He's coming around. He got a little wide. Truck's coming up.
I
Avoid him.
Just stick it,
He hits
you
his
already got
left
it.
front on the left rear.
My car's gonna feel slow as balls after this, I'll tell you that. Pedal down! Yeah, baby!
The wide is 3. And with that, I'll just push this button here and give a little bit of music. And we are back. My microphone, we'll get that adjusted at some point.
A life of its own.
We are back. We are sitting here with Phil Morris. I have a hard time with that every time because my dad died of lung cancer. So I think of Philip Morris, but I guess that's not new to you.
No, they actually sponsored my father's show. My dad's Greg Morris from the original Mission Impossible series in the 60s. They were the first sponsor. So I thought I was actually physically because I was 6 when the show started. So my dad's like, well, Philip Morris is sponsoring the show. I am? I had no clue. I had no idea the commercials and sponsorship were. I had no idea.
And I don't imagine that was who you were named after. It's
No,
not like your
no,
dad
my-
was the
my-
Marlboro Man as well or anything, right?
Yeah.
Forgive me for making
could
a
have been
mess of your
Pell Mell,
thing here.
but I took Phil Morris.
Pall Mall.
I took Phil Morris.
My parents were both smokers. My dad died of lung cancer.
My
My
dad,
mom
too.
still smoked some. Wait.
My dad
He was
died
a
of
kid.
lung cancer. Yeah.
No shit.
Cigarette smoke, man, couldn't get. That's that generation. That was harder to give up than heroin. I mean, honestly, that's what his doctor told us. So, yeah.
Well, the doctors were saying it was okay back then, right? They were like 4 out of 5. It was like toothpaste. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend Camel or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Menthols are better for you. You know that.
Yeah, the idea that it promoted relaxation and stuff like that.
Anyway,
How long ago did your dad go? Sorry.
96.
Same as me.
Really?
March 7th, 96th. What the shit is that all about?
I don't know.
Wow.
His was August. Yeah.
That's still weird enough for me. Thank you so much for being here. You're a new friend. We met you up at Breakfast Club, I guess maybe through Niall. Was it through Niall?
Yeah. Niall and Bentley Kyle Evans, my producer and my
Is he your
writer
producer?
friend.
Fucking legend.
Yeah, he's a
Excuse my
television
language.
comedy genius, Bentley, and I've done many shows with him. And I literally saw their feed, and he was pulling his Porsche out, and he said, "Everybody knows that I love driving my drop top." And boom, boom, boom. I went up to Bob's Breakfast Club, but I'm like, "Where's that? Where's that, you guys? I'll meet you up there. When is it? When are you going?" And so we met.
Have you been into cars your whole life, or was this
Yes.
a new? Oh,
My
so
dad, being Greg
you're out of the
Morris, was the
closet.
grand marshal of many of the races in California. The Riverside 500, the California 500, the Long Beach Grand Prix, the last time Mario Andretti won there. I was there. My dad was the grand marshal. I met so many celebrities. I met Paul Newman, Muhammad Ali. I mean, Steve McQueen, people who just are legends and icons. And So I have several pictures of Indy cars from that time, several pictures of Mario, Marco, and Michael.
Oh my God! The whole family together.
I'm a freak. I'm a Porsche guy. I did Seinfeld. Well, we'll talk about Seinfeld. But
so you're not like Reggie is. He's been into cars forever, but he's newly out of the closet in that like he's publicly now into cars. People didn't used to know. Like he had cars. He was into cars. You have seemingly always been publicly
Skip Barber
into cars.
graduate.
Me too. Where'd you go?
Laguna Seca.
Lime Rock, because I'm a Connecticut kid. Wow. This is
Come
hilarious.
on now.
This is hilarious.
No, we're real here. That's why I love being here, and I love coming up to the Goodbyes Breakfast Club every Friday or whenever I can be there because I'm in town. Because the people are cool, man.
I was going to ask you, what is it about the GVBC for you?
Well, I said it before we got on the air, right? It's like cool cars and cool people. And if you're into cool cars and you're kind of a cool person, you're going to have a great time. And you're going to talk to some people who know so much about cars, some people who don't really know anything about cars. But they're all there, and they're all open, and they're all accepting, and they all have this Jones, this car Jones.
There's a weird lack of judgment up there that I have never found at another car show. And we didn't, I mean, I don't know if we brought it or not, because we can be as judgmental as the next person, you know what I mean?
Right.
But there's something about the way it is opening, it's open and inviting, that it seems to, and I guess we did start that. It's open, it's not a club. That was the whole point, was there are so many damn car clubs, not judging them. It's just we wanted one that wasn't. And so maybe that's the only. Well, maybe
I was just going to say, it doesn't seem like a car club or a car show.
It
seems
neither.
just like a happening, right?
That's the
every
goal.
Friday, it's a happening, and you don't want to miss out on the happenings, right? And so every Friday I miss it, and I've only been there twice.
No.
Yeah, I've only been there twice, and no, for real. Trust me, I want to go every Friday, and I'm out of town or I'm helping somebody doing something on a Friday.
Well, you've had some good work things going on lately.
It's been really good. I've been very blessed. I've been doing this new Bosch Legacy, which is out now.
We're fans of the Bosch series.
It's doing
Can't wait to
really
start
well.
Legacy. We're going to wait till next week when they're all up, and then we're just going to binge it up. Because next Friday, I think they're all up.
It starts hard and fast because you've spent 7 seasons learning about all the characters, so the backstory is kind of like just start running.
We've got 7 years of exposition for a
Just
new
start
show.
running.
For a new show.
Yeah, the new show just hit the ground running. And I play a character, and people are like, "Are you a good guy or a bad guy?" And I go, "Yes."
Oh, so keep watching.
No, you don't know.
Well, that was what I always liked about Bosch. You know, there was good people doing bad things and bad people doing good things. Very Sopranos-like in that way.
It's brilliant writing, and I think it's so well shot. You know, it looks like a movie. I mean, it's just gorgeous. The locations are ridiculous.
Is Legacy the same way with all throughout?
Yes.
It's all the same people, right? It's all the same production people?
Yes.
Like
same
same
production
producers.
people. And the same core cast with Titus and Maddie and...
Can we? I mean, I've seen promos, so I know there are some faces that are back. But are we allowed to?
Yeah, because it's out now.
Oh, okay,
it's out now. So.
Mimi Rogers is back.
She's back.
Huge,
killing it.
Love it.
She's so good.
She's one of my favorite characters
and she's
on
got
the show.
a really nice emotional arc going. Like before, she was Honey Chandler, tough chick, tough ass, in the courtroom. Now she's quite sensitive because some stuff has happened to her.
Was she nominated for an Emmy at all?
I don't know that.
The season where she was representing Bosch.
Yeah.
That was I've worked with her on shows, and I'm sure you probably have too. She's excellent always. That was some of the best work I've ever seen her do was on that show representing Bosch in the courtroom. It's like, Your Honor, I have him here ready to testify. It was like,
she
it
nailed
was so good.
She
it
nailed
was so
it.
good.
I had not worked with her before, and I haven't worked with her on this version of it. We'll see what happens going forward, but I would love to work with her, obviously. Yeah. Titus is an awesome cat. He and I are both big comic book fans. So,
are you working with him? Do you have scenes together? Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
You're both comic book fans? Is that what you said? This goes deep. Yeah. I'm not, but everyone assumes I am because of,
your personality.
Well, yeah, look around.
Yeah, exactly.
It
like
definitely looks like I would be into that sort of thing, but I can't stand Marvel or superheroes or any of this stuff.
Okay.
I shouldn't say I can't stand them. That's not true. But they're not like my favorite movies to watch. Did this start when you were a kid too?
Oh yeah. In 1966, I have the comic books I bought in a drugstore in Cleveland with my grandmother in 1966.
So you're really a real collector.
Comics.
Holy shit!
Wait, let me say that again.
20,000
comic books.
I defer you to producer Mike over here, who is a big-time collector in Canada, from sneakers to comic books to memorabilia.
Just so you know, Big Mike, my man, I'm on Young Justice right now on HBO Max, playing, and he'll know this, General Druzad, and his son, 16-year-old Lorzad. I play both characters, and they're both horrible people. They're horrible people. They're just horrible people. Scourges of Krypton. You'll love it.
Wait,
I had a
Krypton, is that
question
Star Trek?
prepared for you
No, Krypton
already.
Is Superman.
Super.
Oh God!
Yeah, you really aren't a comic book person.
No.
That's
I,
okay.
I knew I blew. I
Okay.
knew I said it wrong the moment it happened, though.
Yeah, you did the Matrix? No, bro. No, bro.
I don't know what the hell's wrong.
I start talking about
Question for
cars.
you
So,
earlier.
but no, do you know who Rob Corddry is?
Of course.
All right, she worked with Rob Corddry for years. He is a friend of
Fabulous.
ours, and we've traveled with the family. So when we first met, and she was representing Rob Corddry, she would tell him about, I met this guy, and whatever. Oh, what's going on? Oh, well, he has the Back to the Future time machine, because I did at the time. I drove an actual time machine, and blah blah blah. And so he said, he's really into comics, and so he wants to then befriend me so we can talk comics and all this stuff. I don't know anything about comics, so I failed miserably. But he's still to this day convinced I'm lying about it because of all this other stuff that I'm into. Like, how can you not be into comics? I still don't believe you. You're bullshit. He
Wait a
did the
minute, I
show. And he's
stole
like,
on you.
I still don't believe you.
Stanley all over you.
Right? Because like I get all of the references through my love of Kevin Smith and stuff like that.
Oh,
you know?
of course, yeah.
So I've consumed the content.
Well,
but-
so an aside. When I went to go do Young Justice, they being the producers were trying to catch me up to speed with the universe, and I said,
This is what I need.
Let's not waste any time. I know this universe well. I've worked with some of you before, and I've told you before I have 20,000 comics. Maybe you don't believe me, but I do, and I know what you're talking about. I know the Third World Omnibus from Jack Kirby. I know everything you're talking about with Teen Titans. I know everything you're talking about Legionnaires. I know everything about the Justice League. I know it all. Let's stop. Let's just test drive the voices. I don't have as much time, people. We got to get to work here.
Let's get straight to scratch.
And I think I heard a tear from them. They were like, oh, really?
Wow.
An actor who knows?
And they're like, how many voices can you do? Because
No, it's great. It's great. It's a really cool show.
oh man, congratulations! And that's a place where you would have wanted to get to. So
It's amazing. My mom is now, I'm like, Mom, look, I told you. I told you. It's going to pay off. So I've paid for my collection so many times over doing comic book themed projects. Whether
That
it's
you love.
Smallville, whether it's Justice League, or now I'm doing Doom Patrol on HBO Max. I'm playing the father of Cyborg, Silas Stone, Victor Stone's father. I know you know nothing. It's okay. So this is for Mike. This is Mike knows. Mike knows. Mike's loving this. So are the listeners. He knows. And so I'm all up in it, man. I'm all up in it. So the next thing I need is a car movie.
oh, good call. Something driving, something Nicolas Cagey, that kind of thing.
Yeah, a Gumball Rally.
Oh no,
Part
you're
deux.
talking.
Come on
The
now.
Cannonball was my, of course, my jam
Gumball's
growing
a
up.
jam, though.
Is Gumball the one with the guy on the motorcycle wins? Is that
Yeah.
the one? Yeah, I love
Black
that
chick.
one too.
Yeah.
I love that one too.
It's great,
because
'cause
it
it's the
starts
first-
out so dark. You don't really know what's going
They
on.
meet at this place in downtown Manhattan, and the scene where you see the streets of New York completely empty, and all you hear is the sound of a 365 GTB4 Daytona Ferrari on an empty Manhattan street, followed by an AC Cobra. It changed this little boy's heart.
We have this one on the media server. We might need to watch that tonight.
You have to watch it. Gumball Rally?
It's been a long time.
Oh, my
Because
goodness.
there was Gumball, that was a different movie, and then there was Gumball Rally,
Gumball
and then there
Rally.
was Cannonball Run, and
Right.
all of the other
Come
stuff.
on, man. It's okay. It's a little cheesy for me. They're all cheesy, but the Gumball Rally, buddy. There's some great automotive films.
I can't wait. I can't
I
wait.
saw Grand Prix at the Cinerama Dome when it first came out with my dad.
You, I think, are deceiving. You. I don't know how to say this, but you look my age, and I
am
don't
not
think you
your
can
age.
be.
I am much older than you, Jay. Much older. I just do that which I love most in the world, so it keeps me young.
Oh, man, I love that. Well, you know, when we met, your sign off to me when we said goodbye that day was just keep spreading the light and the love, and I was like, this guy gets it. He gets it.
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about for you? How did you get to that place? Why are you that way?
I have only ever done that which my mind has told me to do. I have
trust
never,
your intuition.
Yes, I have never worked. Well, I guess I have worked a couple of regular jobs in my life, but my feeling is that we play ourselves small. We don't give ourselves the benefit of the beauty that we have within us. There is no ceiling. There can be a floor. If you have integrity, you can only fall so far. But if you have a strong romantic fantasy life, there is no ceiling. So I've never lived that. Now, again, I talked about my father, Greg Morris, on Mission Impossible. He was one of the first African-American. He was the first African-American to star in a nationally network #1 ranked show. The other was Bill Cosby.
He was in everyone's home every week.
Every week. And it was the #1 show in the world. So my dad came from Cleveland, Ohio, from the original projects in Cleveland, Ohio. He was an only child of a broken, dysfunctional family. He made it beyond any sense of normalcy.
Yeah.
And that's what I grew up with. So I don't know any different. And I chafe at the notion that we don't use everything in our power to live the greatest joy that we can. And so that's what I do. That's my training. I'm a martial artist as well. I meditate. I do all kinds of crazy stuff just to keep that perspective.
That's beautiful.
So when you see me up there, you see me anywhere. I just did a job the other day as Jackie Chiles, by the way.
Oh yeah, you posted on an Instagram.
Yeah, it's bomb. It's bomb. It's all manifestation. It's all manifestation. So I drive an R8. It's a beautiful car. Right?
Yeah.
You've seen it. That was my best friend's car in the world. He has a heart condition. He can no longer drive. I wasn't going to buy an R8. I was going to buy another lesser sports car. He goes, no, dude. If you don't take this, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I drove it from Tennessee to Atlanta. I brought it back to him. I go, okay, how much you want for it? So I was looking for a sports car. I wasn't looking for a hyper car. I was looking for a sports. But my manifestation said, no, this is what you got to go with.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that, and I want to give that to everybody in the world. I want everybody to see in themselves that don't cap your potential. Don't wall yourself in. Live life as big and as bold as you can. Feel all the feels. Go on all the rides. Live the e-ticket of life. That's what you should do. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But that's our hashtag, live it while you got it. And that came to us, after life dealt us a different hand. So we got there at a certain point. Were you that way your whole life? I mean,
I have a sense of it.
Okay.
I don't know that that's true, but I have a sense that that's true. I've been through some tough stuff as well. My dad died in '96. My mother the next year had a stroke. She was in the motion picture home for over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
I've lost people, whatever. My father was rich. My father was one of the first. My father was beautiful, intelligent. And if all of that meant something, he'd still be alive. It's not about that.
Whoa.
Not about fame.
Look
Ain't
at
about
you.
money. Ain't about being the first. It's about something else, man. And so that something else is what we're here to discern.
Oh, God,
and each of us has a challenge to discern through our journey and the things that happen to us. What you were saying earlier, this is beautiful. If this is why I'm here, then why I'm here. Now to get there,
the work.
You wouldn't choose it, right? But so this is your story. How you want to live it. How do you want it written? This is the novel of your life.
You get to tell it.
Yep.
You
Come
get
on
to
now.
choose. You get to make all the choices.
Who
In
you
fact,
wanna
you're
be?
the only one who gets to make all the choices.
You are the filter. You are the filter. So yeah, that's my jam.
God damn it. Well, then I'm really happy I met you, and I hope that we're friends for a really long time.
We will be, my friend. Yes, Jay. Yes, Jay.
All right. Well, Seinfeld. I mean,
bring it.
I was born in the 70s, so that means I grew up in the 90s, and I watched every damn thing. I didn't like it the first bunch of years because it just didn't speak to me. But God damn it, America took over, and the world won, and I started watching it, and of course I enjoyed the hell out of it because it's wonderful. You were a big part of it. For me, the main four obviously are untouchable. They're just unbelievable as
Mount
far
Rushmore
as
of comedy
as
TV.
far as a cast can be. But what made that show so magical to me is the revolving door of character actors and people from that thing, or he's this guy, Babu, all of these people that are just
Bookman.
Wayne Knight. We all know Newman now from Wayne Knight. Jackie Chiles, there are a dozen more just like that. And you guys all revolving through in and out made the show what it was for me in a lot of ways. The writing is its thing, but really the cast delivered across the board. And I just want to say salute to you for helping make what is being decided as one of, from popularity's sake, being decided as the greatest sitcom of our generation. For making it being part of it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Thank
stop
you.
talking now.
I
And
appreciate
let
that.
you do it.
Well, for me, I give all honor to Jerry and Larry and the casting people and the writers. I had no idea they could use a lawyer that many times in the show.
What was the first one? Was it the
It
coffee?
was a coffee episode. Yeah.
So the bomb. Who told you to put the bomb on?
Exactly. Bob Cobb, the maestro. It was called the Maestro. The episode was called the Maestro.
Oh my God!
And so Elaine's dating Bob Cobb, who's the maestro, and you're not sure whether he really is one or not. And he lives in Tuscany, which is where she wants.
That's right.
So he gives Kramer the advice of putting the bomb on his burn, which I'm going to use to extract millions of dollars from the coffee company. And the bomb takes the burn away and lessens my effect. I had worked with Michael Richards prior to this, many years prior, in another show called Marblehead Manor, We'd done 2 seasons.
Wait, that sounds familiar.
It was an early primetime experiment. It was us, She's the Sheriff with Suzanne Somers.
I remember She's the Sheriff.
Yeah, and a couple other shows. And yeah, right. So it was around that time, and I met Michael. Michael and I became really good friends and went to a couple basketball games. And so I was familiar with Michael, so I wasn't daunted by him at all.
Right.
I wasn't a big...
He had been on Fridays, right?
Yeah, he'd been on Fridays with Larry David.
Oh, right, of course.
Larry
Yeah,
David
sure.
was on the
Sorry.
Yeah, and so I, and I wasn't a Seinfeld watcher. I wasn't daunted by the Rolling Stone there. Whatever.
Well, in my mind, your character came in pretty early. Was it not? Was it a few seasons?
Season 6.
Holy crow!
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
like 95.
Yeah, it's 5 or 6. Yeah.
Holy cow! Okay.
Yeah. So
do your research.
Yeah. So Jackie came on the show. Jackie was the guy. I mean, Jackie was the world famous attorney. I mean.
But it was a little bit Johnny Cochran, right?
It was that up on Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran literally signed his rights off, his likeness off, to them.
No.
Yeah, they had a letter.
Why didn't they use his name?
They don't need to use his name. They want to use his name.
They just wanted that fucking
JC.
style.
And they were like, Phil, is JC like Johnny Cochran or Jesus Christ? Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. And I'm like, what? Really? I'm like, okay. So I peppered in some Johnny, some street corner preacher, a little hustler.
Oh, very much
pimp,
Bible under the arm kind of a thing.
A little bit of thumper, and a lot of Greg Morris. A lot of my dad is in there. Wow. And so that's who Johnny...
Oh, the straightness of it. I can see that from the Mission Impossible days.
You see him in the courtroom, and he's...
Yeah.
Literally, the other day I was doing this job, which I cannot talk about, but you're going to see it, and you're not going to miss it. And I'm doing Jackie, and at the end of the day, my neck was stiff. Because Jackie is he's a big time, hey, what's going on, everybody? And I was holding the product and holding this thing, and my hands are cramping, my body's cramping. And I went, my goodness, Jackie's hard to do.
Well, there's a little, there's Sharpton, or there's some preacher, I guess maybe just any Baptist preacher or something in there. Yeah. Oh, it's good, it's good.
Any good man with the word, good person with the word. Yeah.
And you got to make that what it was then.
I did. And I auditioned for it. They didn't give it to me. So I auditioned for it, and I was fortunate enough to get it.
How many times did they bring you back for that?
I say 6. It might have been 7.
Including the finale of the show.
So, but it was just so impactful. Every single time Jackie was just a killer.
You know that finale I find much better now than I did when I was in the 90s when I was a fucking stupid kid.
What upset you about it?
Nothing upset me. I thought it was fine. But as an adult, I saw that... I can get deep on the Seinfeld finale. They have the moment, everything's going great, right? They get the pilot's back on, NBC call. Life is great, right? Everything's happening how we always wanted it to. And then they go get on this private plane. They have this near-death experience, which is supposed to then make you appreciate life and be grateful and have, you're supposed to be reborn and come out of they land while they're fixing the stupid plane. This is when they watch this guy get mugged and they're like, ha, look at that stupid fucking poor guy. And it was like they had the moment to learn the lesson, but they didn't. They chose not to. They're these deplorable 4 stupid people who are so selfish. They
needed to go to jail. I mean, literally, they need to go to jail.
They deserve it.
It's like I could never win a case, right? Jackie couldn't win a case. Not funny.
No.
And he's always trying. And people are always like, "Why do you use Kramer as a client? Why do you do that?" As a lightning in a bottle.
Yes.
That's lightning in a bottle. Somebody that walks in, you think, "Oh, this is it.
Yes.
This is my ticket.
Yes.
I'm out of here, baby.
It's a lotto ticket. Right on.
Yes. It's the brass ring. Never.
It doesn't work out that way.
Ever.
Nothing in life.
It can't. It's not funny.
Oh man.
It's not funny. We win. Jackie has to lose. He's so cool, super cool. You think, of course, this guy can't lose. Of course, he's gonna lose. And then him losing is hilarious. I've been practicing law for 22 years. You listening to a caddy? So crazy.
Oh my God.
But I loved it. Thank you, Jerry, Larry. Thank you so much.
Everybody I've ever had who has had a role in that, from Carol Leifer on, who's ever been here, they all are just so fucking grateful to Jerry and Larry. And I mean, I get it. This is a thing that changes your life, but is it just how it is? You're like that for the rest of your life. Thank you, Jerry and Larry, because without this,
yeah, honestly.
But you would have been fine without that.
It would have been different. It would have been something else. But,
okay,
but I don't know that. I know this, right? This is what I know. And so I have pictures of me. Okay, this is weird. I was doing the new Love Boat at the same time as the final episode.
Vicky Rhodes. Do you remember Vicky Rhodes?
Oh, sorry. This is so unprofessional.
Vicky Rhodes was an AD on this. No, I tell people to get the phone on this show. Take it.
Stop it. No,
see who
I
it
am
is.
not. Here's my buddy who I bought the R8 from.
Oh, hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. So I was doing the number 100 show in the country. At the time, they want me to do the number 1.
This is
show.
Love Boat, the new cruise or whatever it was.
The next wave.
Yeah, that's right. The next wave. The next wave.
So I have pictures of me the next day having come in off the ship, and I'm in what are my clothes, street clothes, and I'm doing the opening the thing with Jackie, and I have a picture of Larry in the corner. He's just in the corner watching. Larry, when I wasn't there for the table read, he read my lines. He read Jackie's lines. He loved Jackie. He loved Jackie.
No way.
And so I loved them for loving Jackie. And I didn't improvise anything. Those were all the words they wrote. They're geniuses.
Wow.
So we didn't mess with it. We didn't mess it up. They gave us gold. Gold, Jerry. And we ran
Steve
with it.
Heitner's been here. We've had him here.
I love the guy.
He's one of those people. So grateful to
Great
those
guy.
guys. It's Banya for anybody who doesn't know.
So that's how that plays. And so for me, it extended to cars, right? Jerry's a huge Porsche guy, obviously. Got all the money in the world, buy any Porsche he wants. Porsche loves him. They gave him, like, the first, the 718, his first Boxster.
I think he has to buy his stuff, right? But
Yeah.
they give him the allocation.
They gave him a Boxster.
Oh, they did?
They gave
Oh, okay.
him, yeah. But he bought the last. He has the first and the last. 911,
Right.
First and last.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm sure you know. So one day we're shooting, and I say to him, I'm going to buy a Porsche from your guy. This guy's named Sam Cabilio, who's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drive
But
up.
Sam doesn't sell new Porsches. He finds people bespoke, old, like custom.
He'll find what you want.
Oh, okay.
You want a 959? He'll find it for you.
Right.
You want a
but
Carrera GT? He'll find it for you.
That's what I mean. But like, not just a brand new allocation from a dealership. He
No,
finds
no, he's a
really
special
yes, thank you.
purveyor
Lest
of
anyone think
Porsches.
he's just a broker you call.
You
CLS.
can't. You ain't going to get him. You need a retinal scan.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, I'm going to meet you up at Pebble Beach this year for the Porsche 60th or 75th or something, whatever. I'm going to buy a Porsche from your guy. He goes, yeah, whatever. I bought a Porsche. I bought a 993, 1995, 993.
Beautiful.
Drove it up there. Met them on the 18th green, he and Jay. I look at Jerry. I'm like, what up, dog? He's like, you made it? I'm like, yeah, I made it. I met Derek Bell.
He thought you were kidding, and you totally did it all the way.
Manifestation. What
All
do we
the
start
way.
this whole thing with?
What?
What do we start this whole thing? Manifestation.
No,
I
100%.
manifested it. Come on now.
Oh, I get
That's
it.
real.
You don't know anything about me. I get it.
Real, baby. And so, yeah, so I love him on that level as well. And I've done so many different little sponsorship things, and they've allowed me to do them. They've been so gracious.
Because you can take this Jackie Chiles character and do other things.
I have
Places,
to clear it with them.
Right, but as long as it's not. I mean,
Yeah,
you're not a disrespectful person. You're not going to.
If it feeds into the
The car wash wants me to do
Legacy,
Jackie
right.
Chiles for $500 and car washes for life.
Yeah, no, they're not going to let me do that. But it's great. They've been great for me. They've been great with me. So yeah, of course I thank them.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And Spike, then you probably know Spike too.
Kirstein,
Then.
yeah.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. While I was perusing the IMDb earlier, because as I do, I saw that you were in a movie that I fucking love, but I couldn't remember the part. But I think maybe it was really small. We love the movie Wag the Dog with Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro. We just watched it recently. But I'm guessing that this is one of the smaller of your.
Well, I was on the plane. The plane when they're taking Woody Harrelson.
The private plane.
The private plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut me out of that scene.
Okay.
They cut me out of that scene.
Because there is a moment with the captain where the weather's pretty bad.
Oh,
Should
that's
we
me.
do it? Oh, it is you.
Yeah, it's me. I come into the cabin and I'm like, if your phones aren't working, it's because the electrical storm is blah 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 blah. Don't worry about it. It should be clear.
All
as
right,
well.
so you are at least in it. We did see that.
Oh, so I am there because I haven't seen the movie because I thought I was cut out and I never see a movie that they cut me out of.
I don't know. There is a part with that. There is the part I'm describing. We need to watch it.
It's quick. Always brief. Don't blink. Don't blink. It's my voice. It really is a voiceover. That's what it should have been.
You do a shit ton of voiceovers.
I do a lot of voiceovers. Yeah.
Video games.
Video games.
Animated features or animated projects.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
Yes, I like on camera more. I like to walk and talk and engage with people. I'm a theater guy, so I like the live. I love voiceovers, and I think I've worked with some of the most talented people I've ever worked with on voiceovers. They're incredible, but I want to be on camera.
Did you say you grew up in Cleveland?
My dad did.
Oh, but you are born and raised out here.
I was born in Iowa. They were going to school there. I was raised in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills.
So when you were doing theater as a kid, it's here in town.
Here in town.
What is that like when you're a kid?
Well,
I would imagine it's competitive in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but theater not so much. Commercials and TV, absolutely.
But isn't this a town where all of the kids are being bred to then be in commercials and TV? So you've got schools full of acting children vying for roles and stuff, or am I just?
Yeah, and not so.
It's
not
not
that
the
I
assembly
recall.
line.
No, it's not.
Like
It's not that
is.
so much. It's you find you find your tribe,
Your
right?
clique, yeah.
You find the people that will vibe with you, and then you go there, and that's where you apply your trade, basically. And you learn your chops, and that's what happened with me.
How old were you when you got into theater?
I started acting professionally at 17, and I have done nothing else but that since then.
Shit, dude, that's awesome. Hence the love and the gratitude. Amen.
Yeah, man.
Oh God, it runs deep.
It's great. Then it allows me to freak out about comics and cars and travel and.
Yeah, but you work an awful lot. Is there time to enjoy those things that you're into? I mean, every once in a while you can do a Friday morning up the crest. I'm sure you drive other times, but
Yeah, I've been working a lot this last 5 years, and so there hasn't been a lot of time for those things, especially with the COVID situation. Things had been locked down, but I didn't stop working. I mean, I really cranked it. But as an actor, I've had a lot of time off over the years. You know, it's your schedule is your own unless you're on a series, and I rarely am on a regular on a series. I usually am a guest recurring person.
Right.
So I have a lot of time on my hands, and I train a lot, and I live at the beach, and I live a good life.
I thank you so much for driving up here from where you live.
Yeah.
I used to work in that town for years and years down to the studios there on the David E. Kelly shows.
Wow. Yeah, I worked there one time, of course.
That's the worst.
I've worked one time. I mean, everything's
That's the
over
worst.
here. And
It's
in the
a
valley
mile
or-
away from your house, probably.
One time.
And, you know, not Avengers. Marvel. Is Marvel Avengers? Is
Yes,
that the same?
Avengers, yes.
They were there. Marvel was there for years and years until
Oh, is that where they shot that
moved.
stuff?
They moved up to, I think they're at Warner Brothers now, or whoever owns them, Disney, wherever they
Yeah,
are.
Disney.
They're up here
Disney
now.
owns them. Yeah.
Yeah, but now James Cameron is there with his.
Oh, really?
Whatever that his Lightstorm or Lightspeed
Oh,
or
right.
whatever
Yeah.
whatever his company is. That's where they do all the avatars now.
Oh my goodness! They got a new Avatar.
They built.
Avatar
We
movie
built.
coming
We
out.
built that lot.
Did you? We built this city.
David E. Kelly was the first person to occupy any of those stages, and we needed them before the lot was done. The parking lot wasn't even paved when we were shooting in the studios. We had to show them how to build them. They put the red lights on the inside of the door of the vestibules.
So we all know we're shooting.
Yeah, on the inside instead of the outside, so you know not to go in the door. Hilarious, all that shit.
Oh, we must be shooting.
If it's all fixed, it's because of David E. Kelly. You're welcome.
Hilarious.
Do you surf? Are you that kind of beach guy? Or?
I'm a volleyball, roller skating, beach guy.
When
My
you
son surfed.
When you said martial arts, I'm assuming you're probably really tight in the core. You certainly
Pretty
look
much,
like it.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I thought maybe surfing.
Well, I just didn't grow up like that. You know what I mean? I moved to the beach when I was an adult, and my kids were growing up, so they were into it. And my son surfed. I still have his surfboards at our house. And
Sorry, I didn't ask this. You have kids?
I have 2 kids.
How old are they?
So they were people. My son's 37. My daughter's 32.
Yeah, they are people.
They're people. Yeah, they're amazing.
We may not be as close as an age as
Yeah,
I thought. Now that I'm peers with your kids. Do they do anything even remotely creative or in the industry?
No. It's a very personal choice. Even I didn't even know if I had it. You know, I didn't have a clue. You know, you don't know just because your people are from it doesn't mean you know this. It's like just because Rob Corddry is great doesn't mean that little Rob is gonna be awesome. You know, you got to walk that walk, man. And
sometimes it's literally the opposite because they grow up with the privilege.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And so fortunate for me, I had something that connected, and
You
I just
are
loved
connected.
It. I just loved it.
You are connected.
Thank
You got a good tether.
Thank you.
I think of the martial arts. When I got into yoga, that was the most connected I ever felt to anything when I was like really religiously, regularly into it. And something about that regimen. Do you find that as well? Is it a meditative thing for you?
Especially in the business that I'm in, which has very little tether. And, I mean, they can encourage you to death, right? I mean, honestly, you can be horrible. And they're like, oh, no, you're great. It's not about it. This is the next one. This is wonderful. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, I know.
It's a numbers game. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I hated that. I fucking hate it when they tell me it's a numbers game. No, I want every number.
If I'm willing to do the work to make this thing excellent, why shouldn't it be excellent?
Exactly. So the martial arts helps me ground myself. It helps me when I have so much downtime to continue to train my mind, my spirit, my body, so that if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Has that been in you always as well?
Yes. Always.
Oh man,
yeah, I was an athlete early.
Your dad was successful in his acting, but was his work ethic good in the same way?
Very
Is that
strong.
where you get it?
Very strong. But he also said to me, "I've never worked a day in my life.
Fucking
so what I do
same
is play.
as you.
I just play. They call them plays, screenplays, teleplays. What are you doing? Just play.
Pretending I'm somebody else. I'm playing.
Come on, man.
Me and my friends are playing.
Yeah.
There's something beautiful about that.
It's
really fun.
It's gorgeous. It's freeing. It's freeing, and I'm much. I don't want to say better now. I feel more free about my work than I ever have. You know, because when you're a younger actor, you want to please people. You know, you want to get the next job. You know, you want them.
Please
to feel
like
that,
me, please.
That the money they're paying you is justified, right? So you're like, was that good? And you're always going back to Video Village or wherever. You're like, oh, does that work? Did that work?
I can do it another way.
I don't care. I care. But I don't care about that. I care about my character. I care about them. Do I love them or not? And I had one seminal moment on it. Like, I wouldn't do Disney stuff for a while because I thought it was super cheesy, right? I had a very high level. And so I got this great audition, and it was a Disney show. And I said to myself, Philip, your process is wrong. And I looked at this character. I said, I love this guy. That's my decision from now on. Do I love him or not? If I don't love him, I'm not going.
Wow.
Because I'm not going to represent myself poorly. And if I don't love it, I'm going to act, right? I'm going to hit beats. I'm going to try and be rhythmic and, hit the joke. And so, that's not what we do in life. You know what I mean? You're just funny, you're not funny.
That's amazing.
You're not good. So I let that go, and it has changed my process. I'm just about, do I love this person? Do I love this family?
And it doesn't have to be necessarily. It could still be like a villainy character, but you just
Absolutely.
have to love the role and the character.
It has nothing to do with the budget. It has nothing to do with the studio, the network, nothing. It's, if I say I'm going to read a script, you give me a script, I don't care whether you have funding. I'm reading this to see if I can live in this universe.
Right.
We'll figure everything else out later.
Does somebody ever give you something to read with, I've got, Ned in mind for you, but you connect more with Robert over here because for whatever reason there's actually a connection? I mean, does that ever happen where you're like, oh, you know what, I like it a lot actually, but I want to flip it?
Well, they've come to me and said, you can play A or B.
Oh.
And I'll go, everybody's going to expect me to play A. I'll play B.
Oh. Flip the script a little bit.
Yeah, I did The Odd Couple on stage, right? Everybody would think I'd play Felix, right? I played Oscar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would think you would play Felix.
Yeah, no. Everybody's got an inner Oscar. Everybody's messy, irresponsible, lazy.
Loud.
Mm-hmm. Unkempt.
Gruff.
Irresponsible.
Gruff, yeah.
So I wanted the Oscar role.
Wow, and you did that on stage?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Did it here at a church theater, like 500-seat.
Who was the Felix, and how was or what type of, how was the Felix to your
one
Oscar?
One of the Felixes was phenomenal, and the other one not so much.
Fair enough. There's a rotating cast.
Away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's how it is always. There's only so much talent in those things.
Yeah, and it's Neil Simon. You gotta have your chops. You gotta have your stuff together.
Odd Couple's a classic too. I mean, I know it really, really well.
Yeah. And,
I loved the series even. I mean, I loved the Odd Couple.
Yeah, so good.
Man.
Yeah.
Did you see the Matthew Perry Odd Couple? They brought it on. They
I
brought
did.
it back
They
on
did
CBS
a TV
couple years
show
ago.
Series about that. It was Matthew Perry and somebody else.
I can't remember. Oh, no, we do know. We know him too, but from Reno 911.
Oh, yes. It was
Thomas
Lennon, exactly. Yeah, and it was I actually enjoyed it.
Thomas is so good.
He's good in everything.
So good.
And he's a brilliant writer too, very gifted writer.
I've worked with him. He's just great.
Do you write as well, or are you solely performing?
No, I'm pretty much just an actor. I mean, I write for my own.
You're not just an actor. That's a ridiculous thing to say.
I'm an actor. I have sold one script in my life. It was for a show I was starring in.
Okay,
so
all right.
They kind of had to buy it.
Yeah.
In a way.
If you want me, this is what I'm doing.
You want to make Phil happy this week? Yeah, give him money for the script. Get some notes and
Oh, fair
shoot
enough.
it in a week.
Would you ever get into that at all, or it doesn't inspire you?
I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Amen.
I would love to produce things. I don't want to direct. It's too much micromanagement. And
you think producing is less?
Yeah,
it's just different stuff.
I do. I think being on set every single day with 80 million questions hitting you all the time
Yeah.
You know, producing, you can be in your office. You can I can go down the set. I leave the set if I want.
Having been a producer, though, I assure you, I feel like you just might not see all those calls. It's the same bullshit no matter what you're doing.
You know, it depends on the project, I guess.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
maybe how much power they have.
Yeah, and how much investment you have and how much you love it, right?
That's a very good point, too. If you're producing something that is your project, then you've got your own, you're invested here. Right. It's not just, that's a good point.
There are no hours then.
That's this, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great, though.
Yeah.
This is very cool.
You're very cool. You're so generous. I'm so grateful that you came up here. Now, once I found out where you are, we are like really centrally located, unless you're where you are.
Yes, I know. Especially at this time of day.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So, like, I really can't.
Franklin was fun.
What's that?
Franklin was fun.
Oh no, you came all of the wrong ways too. I would have just freeweighted and just chilled.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing when I go home. Trust me. Trust me. I got a little, and I'll be on the freeway.
What?
Thank you,
oh yeah, tradecraft. Sorry about that. Of course, that's here. Obviously, you know. Is that? Are you into that? Is that a thing that you do at all? Is that what you meant?
Cannabis? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cannabis forward person.
We were never until she got sick, and now we don't drink anymore. That's all that we'll do for her medicine and for us recreational as well.
I'm not a drinker, really.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have a drink, but no.
Especially now the way the times have changed, it's totally socially acceptable now.
And I like it because I can't work on it. You know, I can't do my work on it, so that cuts that out.
Shuts you off a little bit.
Yeah, I can't access where I need to access on that. Yeah, it's great, but it puts a numbing filter there that I can't use as an actor, so I don't use it when I'm working.
I agree. Yeah.
And there's only so much time that you can actually partake and be responsible.
Yeah.
So that cuts that down.
No, you're right.
You know, I mean, it's good for me.
It's become easier to access the stuff, but it's harder than it's ever been to actually enjoy it.
Yes, because I have too much responsibility. I got a lot of stuff I got to do. So, but yeah, I think cannabis is great for people.
That's hilarious. We used to make fun of it. And now it's like legitimately her medication.
It's
so
real people.
A flip.
And spectacular. Just,
what? That's a different character.
It's all for you.
That's a different character.
It's all for you.
What's coming up for you? Let's do the whole part of the section of the show we call "Thank You, Follow, and Plug." And that was when I thank you for being here, Phil Morris. But how do people follow you? And then what projects do we have coming?
I'm on Instagram at @thephilmorris. Also on Twitter at @thephilmorris. I am on Facebook. I'm on the new Bosch Legacy show, which you can see every Friday drops. A couple episodes drop, so it's a 10-episode thing. I'm in 8 of them. I'm in Doom Patrol right now. You can watch me on HBO Max on Doom Patrol.
Awesome.
I'm also on Young Justice right now on HBO Max. You can watch that.
Oh, they're both on HBO Max.
Yep. Just guest starred on The Neighborhood, which was on a couple of weeks ago.
With Tashina?
Yeah.
I love Tashina.
Yeah, I love
I'm sorry, I know. Of course it's Cedric's show, but I used to work on Everybody Hates Chris. I love Tashina.
I know her from Martin.
Of course.
We did her spinoff. We did her jump off.
No kidding.
It didn't go her way.
No.
But I was one of the leads in that. So I've known her a long time. I knew Cedric when he was on the Steve Harvey show.
Amazing.
You know, when he wasn't Cedric the Entertainer, he was just Cedric.
Cedric.
Yeah. So I've been around for so long. I could tell you I love all these people. I mean, Tommy Davidson played my younger brother in the show.
Oh, I could see that right now.
It's
right
that
now.
right there is a spinoff.
You are related, actually, now that I see it. Although he just sort of makes his face look like you.
He kind of crazy good, Tommy Davidson. I love that cat.
He was speaking of this type of show, he was Magic Johnson's sidekick on the Magic Hour. Do you remember that?
Short-lived.
I know, but it was such a big thing at the time.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a good job to get at the time.
He was on the heels of Arsenio, which was his best friend, right, at the time.
Yes.
So that's what I'm doing, and I could say more, but I don't want to bore people.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I could go on and on with you because I'm fascinated and I enjoy new people, quite frankly. It's always fun. Thanks for coming up and doing it. We love you. We'll see you at Breakfast Club, I don't know, soon?
I'll be next Friday.
Okay.
I'm going to try to make it this Friday, but I don't think I will. So I'll
that
hedge a little bit.
That means no.
I don't think I will, but I'm going to try.
You missed some awesome weather last week, though.
I know. We're going to be hot. It's going to start getting hot up there.
It does get hot. You did a job with your son. What was that like?
I love working with my son. You know.
But a moment ago, he wasn't. When we said that, he wasn't in the business. Then I just realized you just did a job with your son.
Well, I work construction. I was building something with him.
You're shitting me.
No. I work with him. He ain't working with me. He's the one cracking the whip, not me.
Get out of town.
Yeah, that's great. And then I'm going down to the which is why I'm not going to be there Friday, I don't think, to help him move from a house to another house. And so if I can get it done by Thursday, I will be there Friday.
You are frigging awesome, man. I thought, oh, this is so fun. Father and son, they're going to get to act together. Oh, this is so nice. Nope. Built something.
Boom, 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 boom. Right here. Here's good.
You are the best. You are the best. Please come back. Please come back.
Please,
like
it would be
anytime.
my honor, really, truly.
We'll do it at a different time of day, so it won't be so inconvenient to get here from the South Bay. Let's see, Mrs. Ryan, what's going on tomorrow? We are not here. We'll be getting MRIs for you. Is that right? Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
All right. Is that over at Cedars? Somewhere over there.
No, it's on the west side somewhere.
All right. And then Thursday we're back here with Johnny Lieberman, and then Friday up at GVBC. Where Johnny Lieberman will be if you're not there, because that's how that works, right? Every other.
I gotta show up and tell him that I just think he's so cool, dude. He's such a,
he probably thinks you're cool.
He's such a great host of that show.
He is killer. He's
I love
awesome.
it. And his opinions and his observations are on point. I'm literally looking at 2 cars right now because I watched Head to Head and Best Driver's Car, and I'm looking for another car. And there's 2 of them that they touted, and I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on.
This is awesome. Sure, yeah. This is awesome. All right, well, you have to tell them that when we go into.
Sure.
Oh, and then Magnus too. You finally got to meet Magnus. That was awesome.
Walker. Oh my goodness, yeah,
these
awesome. People.
All right.
Who's next? You gonna pull Paul Frere from the dead? What's going on here?
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing? How do I do that?
I don't know, but I'll grab a shovel. That dude is the portrait file of all time. See, you got a real geek here, man.
I had no idea. I had no idea. All right, you're coming back. You're coming back.
Thank you.
I love you. We both love you. We all love you at home. Please love one another, and we will see you out there.